Good morning, everyone. I really need to figure out this mount situation because I'm getting tired of holding my arm up to record these videos. Because I'm literally just holding my hand up, holding this camera. People probably think I look like a crazy person, which is fine. I don't really care. I'm actually trying to get used to that because, yeah, it's a hurdle. It's a hurdle to get over. So I had some thoughts this morning that I was just kind of thinking of as I was getting ready for this job that I am actually getting very exhausted doing. Not that I don't like it. I do enjoy landscaping, but man, I'm physically not in my peak anymore, definitely. My knees don't want to react the way they used to, and it's getting difficult. It's difficult on some days anyways. Today maybe being one of them. But I had some thoughts as I was getting ready, and I wanted to share them. So I noticed on 2 of my previous videos that someone I know had commented on them. Now it could be one of 2 people. I'm not sure which of the 2 it is. I want to say I maybe know who it is, but it actually could be one of both of them. But they commented on my videos. So that was fun to see that someone's paying attention, and that yeah, I have a friend there that's watching. So that's good. So if you see this, either Will or Bo, thanks for watching, man. I appreciate it. And if the other one's not watching yet, tell them to watch it. Because this might be the only way, for a little while at least, that you get to see what's going on. Because, yeah, we don't live down the road anymore, and that sucks. But yeah, so I was thinking, when I worked at the mine, I sat in the back with a couple of buddies, and at first they weren't a couple of buddies. At first they were just guys. Like, the one guy helped train me, and the other one was just kind of the weird dude, you know, or whatever you want to say, the socially awkward guy maybe. Didn't seem to, like, you know, it didn't seem like everybody on the crew really thought much of him or whatever. But I tend to make friends with those types of people because they're actually some of the best people, actually, like, legitimately. And so I was sitting in the back with these guys, and then that was when I started to get into the fountain pen thing. You know, they kind of started getting into it as well. And over the course of all of this, we all ended up becoming friends. And and we accidentally started a little geeky club, or a little nerdy club, whatever you want to call it. And I think that's awesome. So my thought was, don't be afraid to start a little nerdy club. Like, just don't be afraid of it. You know, people judge people for their hobbies or their interests all the time. And maybe it's just age, or maybe it's just I'm sick of listening to people that don't think as good as others do. Who cares what they think? Really is what I'm getting at. Who cares? Start your club, right? You know, maybe you got a couple of people at work that you get along with and that you like, and maybe all 3 of you kind of have, or maybe it's all 3. It's always going to be 3. No. Maybe you have some shared interests or something like that. And hey, man, like, start something. Start like a little club, you know, or get together with them once a month or once a week. Maybe that's too much, but to talk about your interests. You know, I used to do, when I was in high school, I used to do Warhammer, like Warhammer 40K kind of thing. And we had a bunch of friends that did that. That was great. That was a fun time. I know Magic the Gathering is a big thing for some people. I've never really gotten into it, but I understand the appeal because card games can be fun. So that's another one. There's tons of cool stuff that you can kind of get into, and I think it's fun to have a couple of people to do that stuff with. So, I mean, if I'd stayed where I was, I had actually been wanting to kind of start like maybe a monthly meetup or something that me and those two guys could do, where we would talk about fountain pens or we'd talk about our other interests or whatever, and just like start getting together and just to do the kind of silly nerdy stuff, you know, because if you're doing it with friends, it's not silly or nerdy, frankly. It's a hobby, and hobbies are meant to be shared with friends, and that's the best part about them, is that you get to do it with other people. And so I'm a big advocate, I think now, of starting a hobby, starting a hobby, but starting a club about it. Like, it doesn't have to, you know, you don't have to have membership badges or official meeting spots or anything. Like, just meet up at the local restaurant or, you know, Timmy's or wherever you go, and sit down and pull the stuff out and play, and, like, you know, either play a game or talk about the new cards you got, or talk about the new pen you got, or, you know, whatever it is. Pull it out and share it with your friends and have them share their stuff with you. Like, that's what it's all about. And as I'm getting older, you know, I don't find it more difficult to make friends, but I find it a little bit more difficult to make close friends, I guess, because I have friends that are from public school, and so there's a really close bond there that probably won't ever truly be broken, even though, like, one of them lives in Saskatchewan right now, like, but I could go visit him, like, we'd have to arrange it, but I could go visit him and it'd be like yesterday, you know what I mean? Like, that's how it is. So I have a really good idea of what a really close bond looks like, and so it's difficult to develop that unless you spend a lot of time with that person. Now, I was starting that with the two fellas there at the mine, but then we ended up having to move back down south, and I don't know that we're going to be moving back to that area. Now, when we go visit, I will absolutely go visit them, but for now, it's just kind of sucks, because something was starting there, and I could tell that something was starting there, and it would have been nice for it to continue, but that's just not how the chips played out. So but in that little loss that I feel, in that, I say, start a club, start something with your friends. You know, it doesn't have to be formal or anything, but start something with your friends, and or if you do already do something like that, like if you already get together with your guys and go biking or go camping, or, you know, like, maybe there's something else you could add to that. I don't know what you would do, but if you already have something like that. But if you already have something like that, great. That's awesome. I think it's good. And I'm gonna say this, and I don't really care if I get flack for it, because I don't care. Make it with the guys. Don't throw women into this. I mean, I know there's some girls out there that are, oh, I'm one of the guys, but I think it's really important for men to have their male friends and their male activities. Like, women go on about their spaces. Well, men need theirs as well, and I think sometimes girls can nose their way into those, and guys let them, but it's not always appropriate. So I think it's important that you do something with your guy friends, and exclusively with your guy friends. So, you know, start a club, start doing something, and don't be afraid to do it, because who cares what other people think? As long as you guys are enjoying yourselves and having fun and getting meaningful interaction out of it, that's really all that matters. So that is an expansion of the thought that I had this morning. Yeah, that's really all I've got for now. I will continue to post these, and I will try to continue to get better on camera. I feel like I'm doing a little bit better, but I'm still doing the ums and ahs thing, so I want to try to get rid of that. I really have to work on that one. That one's tough. But yeah, see, I just did it there. So I will talk to you guys later, and I hope you have a great day. And if you don't have a great day, have a great day anyways. Bye!